Hey everyone, I'll be covering all of the Nintendo Switch's game announcements for the first week of January in 2019, so let's get started. Releasing January 24th, Le Grand Legacy Tale of the Fatebounds is a fantasy hand-drawn turn-based RPG with revamped 3D assets for the Switch. Restore a once mighty city and control its armies in war as you embark on a quest of redemption and vengeance. Super Lucky's Tale is seemingly being worked on for the Switch. Playful Corp Studios concept artist mentions on his resume that he's working on environment assets for the upcoming Switch port. This is following the studio's previous mentions that they would love to put the game on the Switch. It's also worth mentioning that the game is an Xbox console exclusive as of now, but Microsoft does not own the IP, they just publish the game. Several ratings boards have confirmed that Trinology is heading to the Switch. This is a trilogy collection of Frozen Bytes action puzzle platformer Trine series, and the only thing we currently don't know is if there will be a physical release. Combat Core is a 3D arena fighter sporting a colorful mix of modern visuals with unique original characters and interactive arenas you can brawl out with up to 4 players online, and a full character editor lets you create any custom fighter you want. Dying Reborn is releasing January 17th on the eShop. This is a first-person survival horror-ish room escape puzzle game with a bizarre plot told in 6 different chapters. Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game 2, is releasing February 8th, featuring over 80 riders from the 250SX and 450SX series with a brand new compound area to try out tricks with friends via online. The pixel art 2D action platformer Jack Quest Tale of the Sword is releasing January 24th. Set in an interconnected world, solve puzzles, gather power-ups, and amazing weapons to help you throughout your difficult and treacherous journey. Double Fine is bringing everything to the Switch January 10th. This is an interactive simulation game that lets you take control of anything and everything in this world and turn it into a playable character as you manipulate the world at will. The Taiwan Digital Ratings Boards confirmed 2 new games for the Switch. The first is a new Kunio-kun game called Isusu's Kobayashi-san, and Arc Systemworks is in charge of it. The second is Georifters, a role-playing puzzle game developed by GU Digital. Sadly, all the details are scarce and all we have are these images. Perhaps they'll be shown during the upcoming Direct. Shadow dropped on the eShop this week. Pang Adventures has you saving the world from an alien invasion with over 100 action-filled levels and 3 modes that support local co-op. Releasing January 10th, Clock Simulator is a minimalistic rhythm game that has 2 Switch-exclusive multiplayer modes for up to 4 players. The action-focused platformer roguelite set in a fantasy world, Cave Blazers, has you delving into caves to discover new loot, new areas to explore, and of course, slaying everything in sight. Relive the pleasures of arcade shoot-'em-ups with Overdriven Reloaded Special Edition, releasing January 10th, featuring 6 modes on top of a story with over 50 puzzle maps and plenty of unlockables. Pick-a-Pick Pieces is a picture logic game also known as Picross. This version includes over 300 puzzles that all come together to form over 20 huge colorful pictures, and extra DLC is expected. The fast-paced battle game involving female undergarments, Panty Party, is heading to the Switch, where each type of undies have different strengths, and the description of the game states that it's not hentai, it's just a silly game about panties. Pia Rune's Observation Diary is heading to the Switch in 2019. So far we know very little about the game except that it features the same critters from a Chinese mobile game called Hero G. The point-and-click adventure game Apocalypsis Harry at the End of the World is inspired by art from the 15th and 16th century with a classic medieval look. The Office Quest is releasing January 11th. This is another point-and-click adventure game with some light puzzle solving and riddles. Hapiko is an intense speedrun platformer where you get to save gaming by beating fast times, with unique minimalistic controls all set to a chiptune soundtrack. Mighty Craft has announced that the classic adult-themed Super Real Mahjong series is heading to the Switch. The 3 classic games, Super Real Mahjong P5, P6, and P7, are being ported to the Switch, but we don't have any release estimates as of yet. Knock 'em Out Bowling features 4-player competitive bowling on Switch, with several party modes like U-Turn, Slide, and even Battle Royale Bowling. And lastly, Bakasuba Wars 2 is a sequel to the original RPG. This version includes co-op and some revamped mechanics. And that's what the game announcements will be covering this week. The rumors regarding a January Direct are in full effect. While most people claim that it will happen on the 10th, I personally believe that it will air on the 3rd week of January, so only time will tell. So with all that said, as per always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate the support. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. See ya!